Hi guys. I'm so late. So late. But anyways, as I say, better late than never. Today, as you may know, we're going to be continuing that conversation we started last week. We're going to be talking about emotional abuse in relationships, and we're going to specify different types of emotional abuse. We're talking about physical abuse, harassment, bullying. Can a husband bully a wife? Can a boyfriend bully his girlfriend? Geez, we always think it's just children, but I mean, the girls are going to be elaborating on it. It's almost 6 o'clock. I've got to run. Ngozi! Excuse me, I'm not coming. Alright. See you guys in the studio. Bye. Yay! We made it. Really? Ngozi. Ngozi.
Ngozi. Right there. Alright, so in case you guys were wondering, so today, last year, September 7th, girlfriends came on air for the very first time.
You can't snap enough.
I don't even have to see it. I'm supposed to be doing the correct dance.
So today we are 1 year old.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna have a good time in the studio.
Absolutely.
And you girls are looking so beautiful.
Thank you very much.
He told us to bring your sexy back.
Thank
You know, I said that and I feel like it's got to bring.
No, but you look cool.
Oh yeah, well.
That's not nice.
You look cool. No, my way of saying cool is like you look hot, you look good. When I say cool, I'm not one of those you look kinky kind of people.
I don't blame Yemi. You know why? Because that email I sent to you girls, I was like, make sure you bring your sexy back and do this and do that. And I come to this and looking like someone just hit me.
No, come on, Daryl, stop it.
You know why? Because I am a superwoman.
Yeah.
I can do all things.
And you're natural.
Oh
anyway.
yeah, baby. Don't do that.
Please.
Alright, so quickly. So normally what we used to do is to come on the show and talk about our week. But today we're not gonna do that. Today we're gonna talk about the best time, some of our favorite memories on the show. Now we have just about 3 minutes to do that, ladies. So think about your favorite time on the show and just give it out. Ngozi, we're starting with you.
I thought you guys didn't buy the idea.
You are starting because you brought the idea.
It out there, but I didn't know you guys bought it.
And so because you brought the idea, you've had enough time to think. So Ngozi, go. We have
I
just
think
3 minutes.
it would have to be the one time when I confessed that I was in love with somebody who not that I was in love, like somebody was in love with me and the person started chasing my sister and it really hurt.
Really?
Like even my husband didn't know that.
And like, what happened when you got home?
You know, he was like, that was TMI, but I was like, you know what, I felt relieved. And of course she didn't listen that day.
Thank God.
You know, yeah, but you know, I really felt like it took me like years beyond where I was. That was many years ago, and just talking about it was just so refreshing.
And that's what we do on the show. We try to connect and bring intimate moments, but well, TMI, well, it's relative. I think that was fine. You go, Anu.
Well, it just has to be last week when, you know, we let Yemi have it. Yemi said one person can be in love with more than one person at the same time.
I am still saying
Yemi. She came back saying it. And she thought she would have a supporter in the house, but
I had supporters on the road.
really?
Okay, so my favorite time was when we first had Yemi as a guest in the studio.
Oh my God.
And she came and sang.
Yeah,
And Yemi sang
remember that.
Merry Christmas. I think that was our Christmas show.
That happens to be my favorite time as well.
Oh God.
Okay, alright, fine. Thank you. Thanks
Too
for
much
sharing.
estrogen in the house right now.
You need to inject some anti-thing.
Okay, so are we back to ground?
Yes.
Celebration done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the very serious thing that we always talk about. Today it's going to be a continuation of what we started last week, and I'm not smiling because it's a very traumatic topic, and I'm not making fun of the topic. I'm not taking it lightly, let's put it that way. So when we come back from musical break, we'll be talking about emotional abuse and stress in relationships.
Oh, the number to text is 0808 012 0726.
And please don't flash, just send a text.
Thank you.
Alright, so
We'll be right back.
alright.
nagging.
Yeah.
Nagging.
The silent treatment.
Silent treatment.
Yeah. And passive aggression. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of it. And
then I was just thinking about it during the week, and I'm like, another form of abuse is reporting to people. Like telling everybody everything that is going on. It's abuse.
Will you say that?
Wait.
I
Like you reporting someone else, and then the person is the one who is like the object of the abuse.
Yeah. So for instance, your wife does something to you in the house, and then next thing, all your friends know that your wife did this.
That's just disrespect.
It's abuse.
That's just
murder.
disrespect.
And those things, they're completely discountenanced and justified, and I think they actually complicate issues. And end up they like beginning stages of abuse, emotional abuse. I don't know, you guys.
After all the scenarios we talked about, we said we're going to talk about how people can actually rise above, how because we all in some way at some point in time, sadly, we all come under emotional abuse or late on other people.
Yeah.
So it's almost like
sometimes it's even, sorry to cut you off, sometimes it's what's what I'm looking for, it's subtle, it's not conscious. It's not conscious. So you would do something but you don't know you're doing it, and you don't know the effect on the other person.
It's funny you say that, his voice, because I was actually watching a sitcom earlier, and then there was this girl who had she was a teenager, she had beautiful, lovely brown curly hair, and she never wanted to straighten her hair ever. And then there's a guy that she likes, and then the day she has to straighten her hair for a school play, she was even complaining very bitterly. And the guy now notices her and says, "Wow, I like your hair." And then she says she wants to perm her hair because of that. But you should have seen her advocating, saying no, so she didn't even know that she was, when her mother heard this, her mother was really, really, really concerned that, I know how strongly you were, you were in love with your curly hair, and not because you had a guy's approval.
But I don't think that comes under emotional abuse.
She's trying to point out the fact that
sometimes you don't even know.
Because
we say manipulation.
Exactly.
For instance, now a guy, there's an image. A guy has an image. Men sometimes have an image of what the perfect woman is. Because of that, maybe because of we want to have their approval and everything. You change the person that you are, to meet up with his approval, and sometimes you don't even know that you're doing it. So,
absolutely. I think if you have like a base, you're going to say something like I find out that as women sometimes we can just be baseless. I just see that it's almost like we're drifting. You remember, it was Runaway Bride, where she didn't even know the kind of eggs she really wanted. Like with this guy was omelette, with that guy was boiled, with the other guy was like fried eggs, and at the end of the day she just realized that I need to even go on this self-discovery trip, find out who I am before I even know who matches what I really want to be or what I am in life,
On that one, let's take a musical break. When we come back, I'll let you start with that. So let's take a musical break.
Ngozi really broke it down in a way that was very clear, and but the thing is, I've since found out that a lot of women actually lose their identities. As a growing child, a growing girl, you have ideals. You want to go somewhere. I want to be a lawyer. Probably because your daddy said, "Oh, lawyer is the good thing, is the best way to go." All those kind of things. But you actually have a pathway that you're taking, and all of a sudden, because you get married and have children, you are just floating, and then you are 50 and you realize that I have no base. For some reason all these things are taken away from me. And then some of these women, it's not because they actually don't have those things, because they're actually pressed down. There's somebody, the family, my husband's family, if I talk like this, that's how they'll say this one, this auntie or this husband, and they don't know how to manage those things, and they live unsatisfied lives eternally. How do you go to the grave or to end your life that way when you had dreams? So I don't know, how do you deal with things like that?
Okay, let's take another musical break, and when we come back we have to finish up. We need to take one more musical break. I will be right back, because I know that right now you're thinking, Taiwo, I want us to talk, but you know what, we'll come back. Okay, Okay, so we're on the last lap of the show. We were saying women cannot have it all, it seems to me.
No,
So,
That's a me.
I don't agree. Women can have it all, but not at the same time.
Why
not
you
all at
smiling?
the same time. Like, you can have everything you want. Like, there's this boss of mine. She was working, doing business, running children, as in every single thing at the same time, and everything worked. But she structured it so you can have it all, but not all at the same time.
And she's
But-
healthy.
Yeah, she is
100%.
healthy. But Taro, I wanted the point we were trying to make from
That point, yeah.
was that when these things, this non-achievement stems from abuse, how do women deal with it? How do you rise up above that abuse and make sure that you still live?
yes.
We have to.
Yeah,
Right.
we have to find that inner strength somehow.
Find yourself again.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
back.
once you
Discover your
know we're
dreams.
alive, just think about it. Some people are actually dead. You know, so you still have your life. Like, that's fundamental.
And life is a
Go
gift.
to your happy place, whatever makes you happy, do
Yeah.
it. Okay, we have to get out of the studio. We have to
we
get out of the
do.
studio now. Okay. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for celebrating our year's anniversary.
We will pass you the cake.
Okay, so when we come back next week, I think you guys need to go to our Twitter and Facebook page because we have a gift for you, okay? So anyone out there who can tell us the name of the 4 presenters that came into the studio today and really did a great job.
You guys, you didn't even say our
gift.
names.
Okay, so we said our names when we started. So if you want a chance to win a gift, go to @girlfriends006 on Twitter and Facebook. So what am I saying? Girlfriends on Radio on Facebook. Okay, Girlfriends on Radio on Facebook, and win yourself a prize. The names of the 4 ladies in the studio. All right, guys, let's get out of here.
Bye. Yo, Taro, are we not going to ask darlings? Are we not going to eat cake?
bringing a
I said, really? Cupcake.
small this thing, but about time.
You know the problem? People think, but they don't.
I didn't have
Too much thought.
Too much thought. So guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Hope that we were able to give you a cover on what emotional abuse is and how to deal with it. We will see you next week again with another interesting and engaging conversation that affects you and all women and men and everyone all around. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button. Make sure you subscribe, drop your comments, drop your opinions, and we'll continue the conversation. Have a good week.